Hey everyone, this is Uthris. Welcome back to Let's Play TerrafirmaCraft. So, last episode, we did some blacksmithing, and then also I laid the basic foundations for our home. And in between episodes, I went ahead and finished about 80% of it. There's some details I would like to do to kind of flesh it out a little bit more and to make it really stand out, but right now it's just kind of a nice little cottage. And the windows, there's no glass in these, so it can be a little bit of a problem for archers, but aesthetic wise it's what I wanted, so it's whatever. The kind of reddish roof that we have is actually the sequoia tree. I went over and cut one down, and that actually gave us enough wood and a little bit left over to do the whole roof. One tree, one whole roof. That's really nice. All the stairs are from the chisel block, of course, and we went through 2 whole chisels working on the house between getting stone and things of that nature. When we come inside, it's pretty open. I'm gonna eventually put a upper loft area. Might have to raise this section of roof up to do so, but it's just something I want to do. It'll give us some more storage as well. You can ignore this. I'm just trying to carve out a basic chair using the chisel, but my chisel broke before I could finish that. Keeping with the black kind of tile top or countertop theme that we have on the mantle, we have white cedar for our counters. Also made a barrel full of water as a sink, which is actually useful because you need water and grain combined together to make dough. This section doesn't have the granite top because it is our wooden cutting board, and we use this for our meals. And the way you make those is you just put a block of wood down and right click on it with a knife in your hand, and you'll get a cutting board. You can make salad and sandwiches using these, and I think this is the only way to make meals. So you can make a meal, sandwich, or a salad using different ingredients. Also threw together what looks to be a ice box, and this is just some extra storage that I try to work in. And so we have kind of a basic kitchen going. The quern, which is what this is, this grinds down our grain into a finer, I don't think I have any more grain thinking about it, into a fine powder, and we combine that with water to make dough. The bed is going to go here in this area once we get either wool or a large piece of rawhide. A rawhide bed doesn't skip night, but it lets you set your spawn point, which is important. And then a true wool bed lets you actually skip night. But yeah, I'm fine with the overall design. We have a couple racks to hang up some tools, some minor storage. I'm thinking about putting 2 chairs and a table here, and I think that'll be nice for our quaint little cottage that we'll be living off of. Eventually going to have to build a couple outbuildings, I think, maybe a storage shed on this side for some lumber that we need to keep around. And over in this direction, eventually I'll probably have to try and fill in this area and build a barn. But this episode, we need to craft some more copper tools. I could also technically work on getting bronze tools. We are officially in the copper age. Usually after I make kind of a couple tools using the forge and my first home, I consider myself to be in the copper age. I'm no longer in the Stone Age. So I think we're gonna go ahead and head out, get some more ore, and prospect for a little bit. I can actually harvest this grain over here and show you guys how the corn works. It's a pretty interesting system. It's just another step to make bread and things of that nature. So we'll grab some of this rice, I guess. That's what it is. Go over here, try and make some rice bread for you all. Since you're visiting, I might as well accommodate. So the handstone goes on top of the quern. The quern base is just 3 chiseled smooth stones, a line at the bottom of your crafting table. You can place that down. And then the handstone is 3 unchiseled smooth stones with a stick on top in kind of an L shape. And once you put that on there, you can see kind of the finished item. And you can just kind of shift, left click. I guess rice doesn't make bread. Obviously. What am I thinking? We'll have to find something else. Eventually. Another thing to note, we have tomatoes. They are fully grown. You used to be able to right click to harvest these, but I don't know if you can do that anymore. Let's make a stone hoe real quick. Just to see. I think the hoe is basically just a sideways knife blade. I think I got that inverted. I think it's something like that. Yep. And we can throw together a quick little stone hoe. Check if these things are ready to harvest, and they are. Can't right click or anything with it. I guess you actually have to break it now. Some things are you can multi-harvest, like bell peppers. As far as I remember, you used to be able to do that. But replanting is okay. Well, then again, actually we don't want to replant. It's no longer spring. We planted these back in mid-spring, and it is early autumn now, so these won't have time to grow. But at least we have some food for a little bit. Winter, the first winter, we're probably going to have to get by just off some seaweed or things of that nature. Let's put this in the icebox. I call it an icebox. It doesn't really serve to keep food spoilage down. You can make a cellar, and when food is stored underground, away from light, and in a ceramic vessel, they decay slower. You can also smoke your food and dry your food out. So we're gonna go ahead and head over. Oh, the seasons are changing. You can tell we're in autumn. The leaves over there are starting to change color. Sometimes it takes a block being broken to update the chunk that you're in. So if we could just maybe when we come back and reload the chunk, some of the leaves around our house will be changed. But we definitely get some autumn colors. This nice auburn color, and I think some yellows will start appearing. Maize, which is a type of corn grain thing, that can be used in the quern to make bread. In fact, that's the bread that I originally made as a test off camera. So we're going over here near the basalt area where we get all of our black stone, and so we're just gonna start looking around for some ore, and then maybe eventually we'll start mining some side ingredients to start making bronze. Bronze will allow us to make a bronze anvil, of course, because you need a bronze anvil to make an iron anvil. It progresses in that sense, because copper, I guess, wouldn't be a hard enough material to work. If I remember correctly, okay, yeah, here's all the copper. Nothing of interest. Very large sample. Large, medium. Let's find that very large again. Large, large. I just had you. Very large, very large. Okay, so we'll just start measuring this out. How about over here? Very large still. Oh god. When you get two ore kind of colliding into each other, it becomes a little hard. There's a medium sample of copper. Okay, I'm thinking here is a good spot to kind of call it in this direction. It's actually kind of nice that it's nighttime because you can use kind of where the darkest spot between these two torches are as your center point, just naturally. And we'll start going out from there like we did with the other mine. You can get false negatives and things, so definitely want to hit a couple blocks around. Thinking there. How about this direction? Nothing, nothing. Very large. Very large. Bad thing though about it being nighttime is the fact that we got creepers following us now. I'm thinking there. So between those 2 points now, we can get rid of these other torches. Find the dark spot. It's gonna be there as I dodge arrows and zombies. Ow. Ow. Fuck off. Okay, so we're going to flee and come back in the morning, I think. It's getting a little dangerous to be out here. Okay guys, since we didn't have ladders, I forgot to get a lot of sticks for this. I went ahead and just dug at an angle because gravel and dirt have a, you know, physics enabled. I can't just dig straight down and then pillar my way out. But while digging this, conveniently, we hit copper right at the bottom. It's pretty much right in the center of the torch that we put here. This is the torch, and the copper, as you can see, is right there. So it's just kind of a proof of concept. This method to finding your beginning ore works. Now when you start like looking for iron, it gets a lot harder. There is surface iron, but usually it's poor quality iron, and then also it's usually a small vein. And iron, you generally either have to go finding a cave, or, oh my god, that scared the crap out of me. Go away, dear. Go away. Shoot. Boo. I don't need your food right now, so I'm keeping you alive, because you don't really respawn. What do we get? Do we get good copper, or... okay. Average. As always, it seems. So we're just gonna dig down here. Start getting it at this ore, and hopefully be a bit of it. Very large, very large. Fuck you. Don't start doing this to me. Damn it. Okay. Fine, I'll dig out this way. I don't care. I'm gonna have to extend the staircase just a couple more blocks so we have room. So let's see. Looks like we kind of found most of the copper. Problem is, it's so close to all this gravel that it's gonna pose an issue getting to it. And we're gonna have some physics and all these blocks kind of constantly falling down at us. That's okay. Really, this mine is a little bit safer than our other one just because we have quite this area that doesn't really cave in on us. So let's just clear this column out. Start heading down, I guess. This is where it wants us to go. Ugh. Another piece that's like behind more gravel. Maybe we can dig up at it. Might be a little bit quicker than trying to deal with that sand. You can barely see it. But now I don't know if there's another piece back there. There could be. Generally, you just kind of poke around a little bit until another one exposes itself. Or two. Alright. Might have found the main area. As you can also see, native copper, much easier to see for you guys. This is orange bit. If you haven't figured it out by now, or if you're colorblind, I'm sorry. But we're just gathering some more. And eating a tomato. Yeah, I don't think I want to show too much more gathering of surface ore. Just because, I mean, you guys get the gist of it. Pretty much rinse and repeat at this point. So let's see. Since this mine's working, I'm gonna go ahead and show you all some bismuth. I believe there was some around here, not in the basalt area, but closer to the mountains. To which direction is this? The north. And bismuth is something you can use to make bronze. It'll be called bismuth bronze. Ooh. These are bunch berries. Good old bunch berries. We'll just take some of these. In fact, we're going to take the bush because this is a nice kind of renewable food source, and they look, you know, fairly decent, so you can plant them around your house or certain areas, and it just kind of brings a spot of color to your builds as well. I don't know what happened here. Maybe the Creeper War of 1982, but it looks like hell. I can tell you that much. Any exposed ore? Exposed ore anywhere? No? Okay, that's fine too. Anyway, bismuth, it's a green color. You could almost argue it looks a little bit like malachite, but it's not, I don't think. I think malachite is copper? I think there's copper and malachite. Bismuth is a little different, but they're both green is basically what I'm saying. Let's see. Can we get there before nightfall? I believe it was over here behind these mountains near the shoreline. I saw it. There's some more iron on the surface. It's good to know. More iron. In fact, I'm sure if we went into this cave a bit, we might be able to actually spot the iron itself. But that's really risky, just because there's always monsters in there, and we don't really have proper sword, and there's a zombie already. Mark something over there. I think that's iron again. Yeah, just more iron. And how am I getting out of here? Guess I have to go this way. Alright everyone, I haven't been able to find that Bismuth. I don't know where it went. I think it up and left. But I did find something interesting in its stead. I believe this is sphalerite. Yes, sphalerite. And this kind of tin looking color is tin. Bismuth does not make directly tin, but sphalerite does. And what you do is you end up gathering some of this here. And to make bronze, you combine a certain percentage of tin producing ore and compared to copper producing ore, and combined when heated in a crucible, which is something that we'll make later on, or a ceramic vessel, we'll actually produce a thing of bronze. So we're just going to gather this up and see how much we get. Hopefully make a calculation of how much we need in terms of copper to make bronze. Let's see. Getting to some of this might be a bit of a pain since it's part of the hillside. Oh. But it's conveniently exposed. We're getting poor sphalerite, which isn't great. But luckily we only need 10% sphalerite compared to our copper. 10 or 11%. I'll have to look at the wiki again to get kind of a final percentage. Still getting very large samples. So we're just gonna check for some more expo. Oh, okay. Luckily it wasn't a ravine, because that would have been terrible and I would have died. We may have to come back here later. This episode's running a little long, as they always do when I'm playing this. The progression is kind of slow, so therefore kind of stuck for a little while doing what you can. But there's definitely sphalerite underneath this mountain range, which would be good. There's also some on the surface, I think. Anyways, I think I'll gather this up between episodes, same with some more copper, and start working on bronze. But I think we've come to the end of this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.